Today's class will involve a series of introductory poses so we can get started right away and reap the benefits of yoga. To get started, I'd like you to find a blanket or a block. If you're using a blanket, you're going to fold it several times. That's going to give you more height so that you can elongate your spine and give you more space for your hips to drop. So I'm going to use mine folded quite a bit. And you're going to sit on the folded end, not the open end. When you go to sit on your blanket or even a pillow, something that really makes a difference is don't sit centered on it. You're going to want to put your sit bones on the front edge. That's going to allow you to tilt. So I'm moving forward and I'm going to sit on the edge of that blanket. And that's going to give my pelvis a little bit more space to start to have my knees drop below my hip bones. If you are like this, then you're going to want to even build your foundation higher. That might mean 2 blankets to start. So that the higher your foundation is, the more space you have for your knees to start dropping below your hip bones. Okay? And once you're there, go ahead, you can make micro adjustments to make sure that it's comfortable enough, especially if this is brand new. This is going to feel a little different. So take your time to get there where you can sit in stillness. And when you found a comfortable seat, allow your hands to just rest on your legs, palms facing downward. If comfortable, closing your eyes. Starting to notice your breath. Not needing to alter it, but just simply notice the ebb and the flow. Notice the subtle movements of your body when you breathe. I believe that the most empowering aspect of yoga is the ability to become aware. So to start class today, we're going to first take self-inventory. Notice right now, how do you feel physically? How is your physical body today in this moment? Are you working with any injuries? Do you feel tightness anywhere? Are you feeling open and receptive? And whatever you notice about your physical body in this moment, do it without judgment. So it's just taking inventory. You don't attach any emotion to it. You don't attach frustration. You don't attach ego. It's simply noticing. Now notice, how did you show up today emotionally? What's going on in the heart region of the body? Noticing without judgment, becoming aware of how you feel, perhaps thinking of those you love, the relationship you have with them today, the relationship you have with yourself today. Noticing and then letting it go. And finally, how did you show up mentally today? Moving up to the cerebral part of our bodies. What are the quality of your thoughts in this moment? Are they fast? Are they slow? Are they heavy? Are they light? Or somewhere in between? Noticing without judgment, without needing to change them, simply becoming aware. I believe awareness is the first step towards any real change in your life. And it's a gentle step. You don't have to do anything yet. Hallelujah. You just become aware. Okay. From there, if you're new to sitting this way, perhaps you want to lean back and slowly extend your legs. Maybe shake them out a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to recross our legs, but this time you're going to put your opposite foot in front. So it's going to feel even more unnatural, but so much of yoga is creating symmetry in our bodies. And so this is going to be interesting if you're doing this for the first time, creating even the subtle differences of which foot goes in front, how that makes you feel. Be fascinated by it. We're given these bodies in life that carry our souls, and they're these amazing vessels. And we have to learn to sort of like be fascinated by them and embrace them and not criticize them so much. So just be kind of like, whoa, look at my other foot in front. This is kind of cool, right? Okay, I'm going to take you through a breathing technique. In Sanskrit, breathing techniques are called pranayama, and it's the life force within. And this is one of my students' particular favorite. It's called squaring of the breath. It's really soothing. I hope that is something that you experience as you try this for the first time. The soothing effects of it. It's really good for anxiety, or prior to taking a quiz or a test for school, prior to having what might be a difficult conversation with someone you care about. So it's a cool tool. I'm going to share it with you. Just give it a try. Okay. The first thing we're all going to do together is we're going to empty out our breath. So go ahead and let your breath out. And then through the nose with me, we're going to inhale for the count of 4. So inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Again, inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, 4. Good. Again, inhale. Pause, exhale, pause, final time, inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Okay. And if your eyes were closed, you can slowly blink them open, resume your natural breath. And let's go ahead and get out of our crisscross applesauce. Come off your blanket or your pillow. And we're going to come down to recline onto our mats. Allow your back to just melt onto your mat. Soften your shoulders onto the ground. Notice how you rested your head against the floor, and if you feel like there's any wrinkles in the back of your neck, your cervical spine, go ahead and slightly tuck your chin to elongate the back of your neck. Soften your lower back closer towards the mat, taking out the sway. The floor really helps in yoga in that it offers a flat plane so that you know that you're properly aligning your spine at this time. And during times of distant learning, we spend a lot of time hunched forward looking at our computer screen. So it's a nice chance to let your body remember what it's like to be properly aligned. That your head is further back, your ears are stacked over your shoulder. And again, the floor makes this happen naturally. From here, you're going to take your right foot and you're going to cross it over your left thigh. And then take your right hand and place it gently on your right thigh. And you're going to just apply gentle forward pressure to that leg. We're going to start to open up our right hip area, where we can get very tight from sitting all day. Be very gentle with yourself. In yoga, it's one of those nice times where this is not a competitive sport, and we are in a very competitive culture, and some of us are in competitive sports, so we have double layer of competitive nature in us. This is a time to take care of yourself. It's not a time to compare yourself to anyone else. So you really want to gently move through these poses and not push yourself beyond your edge. Your edge in yoga is where you can feel the sensations of stretching without going into the zone of pain. You do not want to feel pain in yoga. If you're moving towards pain, you need to back off out of the pose. Go away. From here, you're going to slowly peel your left foot off the mat. Take your right hand and put it through the triangle of your legs, and then interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. Continue to move your right knee away from you as you gently pull forward with that left thigh. Again, pausing when you've reached this nice sensation of stretching and the opening of your right hip, but not going beyond your edge. See here if you can close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Don't bring the tension into your face or your jaw. Maybe even wiggle your jaw left and right. And then slowly lower that foot back down to the mat, uncross your leg, and switch sides. Crossing now your left ankle over your right thigh, taking your left hand to your left thigh to gently apply forward pressure. It's said we hold a lot of tension in our hips. So this is very therapeutic. If you can start to work through any blockage you might be feeling in your hip area, to let go of anything that you're holding on to physically, even emotionally or mentally. And just trying to breathe through that. From here, we're going to peel our right foot off the mat. Take your left hand in the triangle of your legs and then interlace your fingers behind your right thigh. Continue to imagine taking long inhales and exhales in and out through your nose and sending your exhales through any blockage you might be feeling in your left hip area. Opposite to a sport where you might be forcing your muscles to work hard. In yoga, the way you reap the benefits is to let go of your muscle. See if you can let go and allow some lengthening to occur. And then go ahead and lower both feet down to the mat. We're going to hug both those legs in. So bring your knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, and then you can give yourself a gentle rock side to side, massaging your lower back. Nice. And then from here, you're going to lower your feet back down to the mat. Allow your arms to just rest alongside your body, palms facing upward. And then take the soles of your feet together and part your knees. Leaving your legs as they are, slowly start to slide your arms up the floor until you've made a T shape. And then stay here if that feels good. We're moving into a nice shoulder opener here. If your shoulders are very tight, this may be enough. If you'd like to go further into a shoulder opener, you would start to bend at the elbows, making a cactus or a field goal. Wherever you are, soften your shoulders down onto the floor. Then slowly slide your arms back down. Bring them to the outside edges of your legs and gently help your knees back together. We're going to hug those legs in one more time. Wrapping your arms around your shins, rocking side to side. And then go ahead and lower those feet back down and reach for your strap or your belt. We're going to conclude class moving to the back side of our legs. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take that strap and you're going to loop it onto the fleshy part of your foot. So the sole of your foot, not your arch, right below your toes. And then go ahead and start to straighten that leg up towards the ceiling. Now, if you're very tight in the back of your legs, then you're just going to be moving your leg further away from you. Okay, so move it to a point where you can have a straight leg, again, without pain, just sensation. This is not a competition. And then hold the strap somewhere where you're not lifting your neck, right, or lifting and straining your shoulders. This is not a time to flex and show off your biceps, right? This is not supposed to be in the arm area. So hold your strap in a way where you can still relax the back of your head onto your mat and relax your shoulders. Continue to use your breath as a way to stay in the present moment. So if your mind starts to wander, that's okay. That's human nature. But when you find yourself doing that, see if you can return your attention to your breath. Inhaling and exhaling out through your nose. Noticing the sensations you feel in your body in this shape. Noticing without judging. How do the backs of your legs feel today? From here, you're going to take the strap just into your right hand, extend your left arm out to the side as a counter pose, as a counterbalance, and then on your next exhale, you're going to slowly lower that right foot down towards the ground. Again, pausing when you've reached your edge, where you can feel the sensation, the stretch in the inner part of your right leg, and then turn your gaze to your opposite shoulder. So you're going to look towards your left shoulder to get a nice stretch in your neck as well. Nice. Now tighten your core to protect your lower back. Inhale, slowly bring that leg back up through center. Now taking the strap just with your left hand, extend your right arm out to the side. Stretch your left foot along the mat in front of you. And then on your next exhale, you're going to cross your leg over your body. You don't need to go far to feel it. So this isn't trying to just flop your foot onto the floor. Okay, there's a good chance it will just be elevated in the air. And then to accentuate the stretch in your right hip, if you're not feeling much, imagine taking your right hip and slowly bringing it back down towards the mat. You might even only be moving a centimeter, and you'll feel how the stretch gets heightened in the exterior portion of your right hip. And this time, turning your neck to face your right shoulder, relaxing your head here, closing your eyes whenever comfortable in yoga to internalize your practice. Remembering this is for you. This is your time. Then tighten your core again. Let's bring that foot back to center. And then take the straps with both hands. Then bring your left foot next to your right. Say hi foot. Say it. Okay? And then lower your right foot down to the mat. We have magically switched sides. Again, marvel in that. Making sure that your strap is right on the fleshy part of your foot below your toes. Holding your strap in a way that you're not feeling any strain in your shoulders or your neck. And then again, if your eyes are open, if you're comfortable, I invite you to close them. Slow down your breath cycle. Enjoy knowing that right now you are elongating the muscles in the backs of your calves, the backs of your hamstrings, which over time will lead to increased flexibility. Just feeling better in your body, a better stance, better posture, more awareness of your body can help with coordination and injury prevention. Seeing your body as this marvelous vessel that's worth taking care of and worth caring about. From here, we're going to take the strap just into our left hand. Extend your right arm out to the side. When ready, on your next exhale, slowly lowering that left foot out towards the left. Pausing when you've reached your edge and taking your gaze to your right shoulder. Close your eyes. Settling into this new shape. Noticing where you feel the stretch. Trying to let go of any tension. To invite the lengthening of our ligaments, of our fascia. The healing of our overused muscles. Tighten your core to protect your lower back. Inhale, slowly bring that leg back to center. Take the strap now with your right hand, extending your left arm out to the side, and then straightening your right leg along the mat in front of you. And then when ready, gently crossing that leg over your body. I like to use my elbow as a way to make contact with the strap and my foot without putting too much tension in my shoulder and my neck, and then gazing towards your left shoulder. When ready, inhale, take that leg back up to center. Bend your leg to remove your strap. Place your strap off to the side, and then allow both legs to just extend out in front of you. Take a big inhale through your nose, imagining the start of your breath at your toe tips, and then going all the way up to the crown of your head. And then exhale everything out that doesn't serve you. One more time like that. Let's take a huge inhale through our nose from toe tips to the crown of your head. And then open up your mouth and let out a sigh. From here, you're going to slowly bend one leg at a time and hug in your shins. We're going to end with a back release pose. So extend your arms out to the sides like a T. And then when ready, very slowly, you're going to lower both knees down to the ground towards the right. And then gaze up towards the ceiling. You can take your right hand, if it feels good, and gently place it on top of your left thigh. And then tightening your core, inhale, slowly draw both knees back to center. Pause there for a moment to realign your spine. And then exhale, you're going to very slowly lower both knees down towards the left. And if it feels good, you can take your left hand onto your right thigh as an anchor. Just really letting go of any tension in our lower backs. Tighten your core. Inhale, knees back. Give them a hug. Cross your ankles in the air and then take your hands behind your thighs. You're going to rock forward and back a few times until you can rock up into a cross-legged position. Taking a moment to find your pillow or your blankets to conclude class the way we started. Thank you so much for joining me on this day 1 of yoga class. I hope it brought you some peace. I hope it brought you a sense of community. I hope you feel just a little bit more awesome right now than you did before we started class. I'm really glad you're joining me on this journey. Taking your hands to your heart. So you may have heard the word namaste. It means in Sanskrit, the light in me recognizes and sees the light in you. So together we will bow and say to one another, Namaste.